Hi friends, I'm Smita and welcome to my channel Divine Vibrations. How are you all doing today? Especially after such heavy energies for the last 2 weeks. And it's still going on. I posted something about the energy shifts today on my Instagram account and my Facebook account. You can check that out. It's a write up about how the energy is shifting and how it is affecting us, mind, body, and soul and heart. So, in this reading, I will first begin with telling you about the current planetary situation. We'll also pull out some of our tarot cards and then we will pull out some charms to see what are the current energies. So, astrologically, the sun has moved to Pisces and it's on its journey to the last leg for this year, the last sign of the zodiac. Then it will begin its new cycle when it enters Aries on 21st of March. So this is a time to contemplate, look at your 1 year, what all you did. This is the time the soul goes into itself. Pisces is a very spiritual sign, is the sign of going within, looking at your soul, looking at your heart. What have you done? What is making you happy? What is not? How spiritual have you been? How righteous have you been? What have you done in the last 1 year? How has your behavior been? How good have you been? This is the time to look at all of those things. On 21st, Venus also has moved to Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign of being more expansive, having unconditional love, having spiritual love, loving everyone, mankind, humanity. It is a time to look at what we are doing for the world, what we are doing for the people around us. Are we being selfish or are we thinking about the others as well? So, this is a time to also look at that, where your love will encompass everyone else also except yourself. The Lord of Aquarius is Uranus, which is a planet which causes sudden changes and expansiveness. There may be sudden changes in your mind, in your heart. Mercury has gone direct on 21st of February. So thankfully the blockages and obstacles we were feeling because of the Mercury retrograde are now done with, and we will be more clear, more focused on moving forward. Mercury has spent time in Capricorn with Saturn and Jupiter, learning its lessons. He is now more wise, more thoughtful, and more aware of his actions. And he is ready now. He has learned the lessons, he has made his plans, he has seen his mistakes, and now he is in a more better place to communicate correctly, to say the right things, to take the right actions, and to move forward. Mars has moved to Taurus on the 22nd and will come together with Rahu in Taurus. Rahu or the North Node is already in Taurus and Mars will move there. So Mars and Rahu will be affecting each other. Rahu is again the planet of expansion, of focus, of moving forward, and Mars is also the planet of moving forward. So it gives you a lot of power to move forward and will also give you a lot of leadership qualities to take action in the direction that you want to take on those projects that you feel you wanted to move forward with, but you were scared to move forward, you were not prepared to move forward, you didn't know how to move forward. So now Mercury will assist you with the how, and Mars and Rahu are giving you the necessary push to move forward. Then we also have a full moon in Leo, which is happening on 26th and 27th of February, and it will happen in the Purva Falguni Nakshatra, whose lord is Venus, and we know that Venus is moved into Aquarius. So this full moon is going to impact our heart, our love, our money, relationships. It will be a focus on everything Venus because it's in the nakshatra of Venus. And Leo is again a sign of courage, moving forward, strength, the lion, right? The roar of the lion. So we may be pushed to raise our voice, we may be pushed to fight for our rights, we may be pushed to stand up for what we think right. We may be pushed to follow our dreams, our love, our money, our job, or anything else where we have been feeling stuck. We will be pushed forward in that direction. We will feel that inner calling for those things. Purva Falguni is also all about truth and righteousness. So we may speak our truth, we may stand up for what is right, we may fight for love, art, literature. These are the things that are governed by Purva Falguni. So we may take action towards these directions of our life. If we are artists, it is good for us. We may create some beautiful piece of art. If you are in the literature field, you may create some beautiful writings. Or it may bring some beautiful love into your life, some new love into your life. So this is the astrological chart for the next week till 28th, and then I will do a new video for the month of March next week. So stay tuned for that. I would like to thank all my subscribers and viewers for taking the time to view my videos. If you like the content, do like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to ring the bell icon so that you come to know whenever I have posted a video on my channel. So let us pull out some tarot cards to see what is the energy that the full moon and this planet situation is bringing for us. What is the energy that is coming forward? And we have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And I just said that we are going to get pushed into what we feel we need to do, what the call that we were not listening to for some time now, the call that we know we need to take, the actions we know we need to take, but we were scared, we were not prepared, we didn't have a plan for it, we didn't know how to take it forward. Now we will know exactly how to do it and how to move forward. We will get the strength, we will get the power, we will take leadership and we will step forward and stand up and speak our truth and answer this call. Let's pull out some more cards to see what other energies will come forward during this full moon and this weekend, this next few days. What energies will come forward for the full moon in the next few days. And we have the unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. The universe is telling us that you are exactly where you need to be. You have everything within you to do what you need to do. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are in the right place at the right time. Sometimes we think we should have been somewhere else. We should have been in another job. We should have been in another city. We should have been somewhere else. But you are exactly where you need to be. So if you're feeling stuck up, that I should have done something else, I should have been somewhere else, I should have taken up some other job, or I should have taken up some other place or a house or something, it is telling you you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Sometimes we have karmas to complete with a place also, with people also, with situations also. Being in that particular relationship or situation or a place, we may only look at the negative things that are offered to us by that particular place or situation or relationship. We were only focused on the negatives. We forget to see the good things that we have because of it. So the universe is telling us to look at where you are and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. To learn the lessons, to grow in a particular zone or to grow in your ascension, to rise above your fears or heal your particular behaviors, patterns, conditioning. You are exactly in the right place for that. So many times I have seen in life that we look at a relationship and we feel it's so bad. I wish it wasn't like this, or I wish I had not got into this particular relationship, or I wish I had not got into this particular situation or a job. But there are lessons that we need to learn in our life, that we learn only through those relationships or those situations. So maybe if you are supposed to learn patience, then you will have people around you who will keep irritating you or keep testing your patience, and that is what you need to learn. And then slowly you will, if you learn the lesson, if you are aware enough, you will learn it. Sometimes we find people around us who are pushing us down, who are bogging us down, who are being unfair to us, who are constantly trying to control us, dominate us, manipulate us, do all the things for us, take the decisions for us. They don't let us open our mouth and speak or express ourselves or speak our truth. And such situations come to exactly teach you that to stand up and not get bogged down by people around you, to not let them dominate you, to not let them make you feel powerless and stuck up, to stand up strong and speak your truth. So every person, place, situation is just trying to bring out the best in you, to teach you the life lessons that you have come to learn you. And that is what this card is telling you. So let's pull out a unicorn card to see what are the energies we will get to see and understand in this next few days. And we have closeness. Your unicorn is so very close to you. So maybe you are feeling cut off from spirituality or cut off from divine, from yourself, from your angels, guides, whoever you have faith in. But the universe is telling you that they are very close to you and they are ready to help you. Just ask them to help you. Sometimes we forget to ask, or we think we will manage it on our own. We feel ashamed to ask for help, but that's not required. We can always pray to our angels, our masters, our guides, our gurus, our gods and goddesses, and they'll always glad to help us. Because of your free will, they don't interfere in your choices. We feel that they know that we are going through shit and they should help us anyways. No, you always have a free choice. So unless you ask for their help and intervention, they don't do it. They allow you to go through your own lessons. So you have to take the step forward and ask them to help you remove the obstacles. You have Ganesha. Ask Ganesha to take away your obstacles and all the blocks in your life. And he will help you with that. Pray to him. Surrender to him. And he will help you to take away all the obstacles from your life, to show you the right path, to give you the knowledge on how to move forward. So ask help. They are all close to you. So let us see what cycles are we ending with this full moon. What cycles are we ending this month in this full moon with the Pisces season? So let us see what cycles are we ending. What cycles are we ending? I'll pull out 3 cards and then we'll tune into them, of their energy. We have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Then we have the Chariot. Similar colors, right? And we have the Six of Pentacles. So what cycle are we ending here? I feel somewhere we have not offered a cup of love. We are sitting alone with a cup of love, a cup of apology or an unconditional love that we have within us. We have isolated ourselves and we are sitting alone by the moon and not offering it to people. We are scared to move forward. We couldn't balance our yin and yang energies. If you see in the normal tradition, there's a black and a white sphinx in the chariot. There has been a disbalance in our give and take. We have not given equally to people. We have not been fair with people. We have taken more from some people and not given them enough, or we have given more to some people and we have not got back enough. So there has been a disbalance in our life. Maybe we give more to our job and less to our relationships. We were ignoring our relationships for our job, or we were ignoring our job for our relationships, or we were not giving enough time to our wife, children, husband, or we were not giving enough time to our parents and giving more time to the children, or vice versa. It could be different for everyone in everyone's life. There has been a disbalance, and because of that disbalance, we have got isolated because we have not opened our heart. If you see, she's kept her hand on her heart. She's covering her heart. She's trying to protect her heart because she's scared. She has fears of opening up and giving her heart to someone or her love to someone. And that has stopped us from moving forward. You see, there were mountains that we had to cross. There were obstacles that in our path and we were not being able to move forward. The cycle we will be ending is we will open our heart. We will be able to offer this cup of love and apologies if for some that is the case. We will be able to offer it to someone, or we may receive it from someone. That can also be possible. And we will be able to move forward now with determination, with balance. We will be able to bring a balance in our lives. We will be ending the cycle of disbalance that we have had so far, which is such a good thing. Amazing. So let us see what new cycles we will begin during this next few days and in the full moon. What new cycles are we beginning? What new things are we learning? What new cycles are we beginning? Oh my god. We got the chariot again. And I just spoke about it to you. Wow. Can you beat that? And the Ace of Cups. And she has that cup, Ace of Cup in hand. Wow. And we have the Five of Wands. So what I'm getting here is some of you may receive a new love in your life. Or you may offer your cup of love to someone that you have been holding back from in this. Like you saw, she had isolated herself and she was not offering her cup. And now she's ready to offer it. She's offering it. Or the universe is bringing a cup to you. The universe is offering you the love of your life. A divine spiritual love that will help you move forward. You have attained that balance. You are able to bring that balance and move forward with the chariot. And because of this situation, there may be some conflict in your life. There may be some competition and then some conflict, some arguments. There may be opposition to your step, the forward movement that you take. Maybe if you're taking a new job, people may not want you to leave an old job and move forward to another job, or you may be getting transferred to a new city. This could be any offer that the universe is offering. It could also be a new opportunity. If it's not love for you, you're already in a relationship, it could be a new opportunity that the universe is sending, and which could cause conflict in your life, which could bring a challenge to your life. Like maybe you have to leave your parents and move to another city, or you have to leave your spouse and move to another city, or you decide to get married and there is a lot of difference between you two's religion or beliefs or age or cities, and that may cause a conflict. It could be anything for you, but this situation, this forward momentum and this spiritual love that the universe is offering you, the opportunity, will definitely cause conflict. So, which I've seen in life, that whenever something new happens, or whenever one person breaks out of the herd, or the family, or the society norms, there's always a conflict created, and there are 10 people trying to pull you down always. People don't want to see you happy. Everyone wants to be happy, but no one wants someone else to be happy. Or they want you to be happy in the way they think is right for you. So that will always cause conflict, because your definition of happiness and their definition of happiness will always be different. And that always causes conflicts. Whenever you stand up for yourself, or you oppose the status quo, or you stand up against any wrong that is being done towards you or anybody else around you, and you put up a fight, there are lot of conflicts that get created. So it will also start up a conflict, but we have to keep pushing forward. We have to keep moving forward. We have to cross those mountains that we saw in the chariot card here. There will be a lot of mountains, but she's flying over them. So that is what we need to bring. Once our yin and yang is balanced, we will be able to fly above all those conflicts and mountains that will come in our path to moving forward. Let us see what shadows will come up in us that we will need to heal. What are the shadows in us that we need to heal? Today I'm only going to pull out shadows. Okay, we will only focus on the shadows in the archetype cards. We will not pull out any light attributes. So what is the shadow that we need to heal within ourselves to gain momentum on this journey? And we have storyteller. Making up tales that harm others. So somewhere are you telling some stories to yourself and others which are untrue, which are harming them, or you're taking them on a ride, you're manipulating them, you are hurting them by your stories, or you are cheating them by your stories. You may have given them a wrong picture of your life or your situation or yourself, and in that way you have harmed them, you have taken advantage of them, you have manipulated them, or you have used them. So if you have been doing that, stop it. Stop telling those false stories. And we have Midas and Miser. The shadow attribute is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So, are you holding back your money and your emotions? You're not opening up your coffers nor your heart to people around you. You have been suffering from lack mentality and hoarding your money, your stuff, your resources, even your emotions. You're not opening them and not sharing them with people. You have an obsessive fear of losing your wealth. And I always tell people, wealth is temporary any which ways. It will never stay permanently in your life. It keeps coming and going. We know so many kings who became misers, and we know so many misers who became kings, right? Life goes on. What is important is not the wealth you have in your treasury. What is important is what wealth you have in your heart. How many caring people you have, how many loving people you have around you. When we die, we are not going to take the money that we hoarded. It's all going to be left here. What we will take is the memories and the love of the people in our hearts, right? When we die, we should not have people telling, thank God he died or she died, right? We should have people crying for us that he or she was a very good person and we miss that person. So, if you are having too much lack mentality, you are hoarding wealth, you are having obsessive fear of losing your wealth, you need to let that go. You need to trust that God will always give you what you need. I always have that, and I've seen that in my life. I've seen worse days. I've been on the street at a particular time, but God has always helped and supported me. I've always received everything that I ever needed, whether it was food, whether it was money, whether it was clothes, whether it was relationships, in whichever form, love, it has always come to me. So the universe will take care of you. Surrender to the universe. Don't live in that lack mentality, that miser mentality. When we close our hearts, we also close our hearts to receiving. When you stop giving, you stop also receiving. The more you give, the more you will receive. Be open to giving always. Stop being a miser. And we have lover. And the shadow attribute is obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructing devotion. Have you been a lover who is obsessive about another person, or you have been too passionate? You have just focused on your passion and possessions and you have tried to control the other person, you have tried to manipulate the other person, you have tried to use the other person and control what they should do, and you have harmed them, and you have self-destructive obsessions and devotions. You devote yourself, your love to someone so much that it is self-sabotaging, self-destructive. Sometimes I've seen people, they are so devoted to the wrong people that they blindly follow them, they blindly follow all their diktats, all their words, all their rules and regulations. You've seen so many gurus and masters and political leaders. They are not the right person, but there are people blindly following them. Their devotion is wrongly placed in the wrong person. They don't question the other person's actions or intentions. They don't question what is right or wrong. They are just blindly following them. And blind following is always wrong. It's whether it is towards anybody in your life. Never believe anyone or never follow anyone blindly. Buddha always says, doubt everything. Don't believe anything blindly. Don't do that. So maybe somewhere you have misplaced loyalties, misplaced devotion towards a person who is taking advantage of you, who is taking you towards self-destruction. Or it could be that you yourself, in your blind devotion and in your blind loyalties, you are failing to raise your voice. You have forgotten who you are. You are just trying to be them. You are just trying to please them in any way possible. You are just trying to live up to their standards, live up to their dictates or their rules and regulations, and you have forgotten your own self. You have forgotten who you are, your uniqueness, your character, your nature. You have forgotten yourself in that, and you will never be happy in such a place. because you are just a puppet in their hands. So find yourself, find where your misplaced loyalties are self sabotaging and self destructing you, and come out of that. So let us see how this full moon and the energies of these planets will affect us in our relationships and romance in the next few days. We have forgiving and learning, chemistry, healing family issues. So you need to release the past. You experience more love in your present moment. So some way maybe there is some relationship in the past that has hurt you or caused you so much pain and given you so much fear that you are still holding on to that past and that anger and hurt and pain, or maybe to any person in your life, love interest or your spouse, and that hurt and pain has caused a distance between yourself. But remember, anybody who hurts you is trying to teach you a lesson. Every problem, every situation comes to teach you a lesson. So learn the lesson and forgive and forget and move forward. So you need to release and heal that past that you're holding on to, the pain and anger that you're holding on to, and forgive whoever has hurt you and move forward so that you find love in your present situations. And we have chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction. So there may be someone in your life who you have a very strong chemistry to and you have a very strong attraction to. It could be a soulmate or a twin flame. And then you have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And it's coming right above that misplaced loyalties card, misplaced devotion card. So maybe it's one of your parents that you have a misplaced loyalty or devotion to, and that is to be good in their books. You are self sabotaging yourself and your own life. So you need to heal that. You need to learn and break those cycles and break the repeated patterns and behaviors that are going on in your family and heal those family issues. Forgive your parents. They don't realize it, what they are doing, because they are also victims of their parents. And these patterns keep getting repeated over generations. So understand that this is just a pattern that is being repeated through you, and you as a person need to now break that pattern so that your future generations are not caught up in that same web. So heal your family issues, break those patterns and conditioning and those false beliefs, being that miser and holding on to money or creating stories to cheat others. If you're doing all that and that's a part of your family upbringing, stop doing that. Heal it. So let us see what guidance is coming to us from the universe. Let's pull out a Moonology card to see what guidance is coming for us for this full moon. A new romantic cycle begins. The new moon in Libra. Wow, and we got the Ace of Cups card as well and the Page of Cups. So definitely a new love interest will come into your life. Maybe some of you may meet someone new in the next few days and a new romantic cycle will begin. If you're already in a relationship, maybe you may rediscover love. You may heal your family issues and heal that negative past hurts and pains and move forward again with new love, renewed love. Let's get one more message. And we have you find what you seek. Wow. So definitely you're going to find what you're seeking. If you're seeking new love, it will come to you. If you have ever suddenly found and been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again. If you haven't yet found such a person, chances are astronomical you will. It's up to you. Wow. So maybe some of you have had past hurt relationships that have broken up and you are sad about it. It is not going anywhere. It has ended very badly and you feel that it was such a nice thing and I wish something positive had come out of it, but it has ended abruptly or it has ended for whatever reasons. Keep your mind open. If you could find love once, you will find love again. The universe is assuring you that you will find what you're seeking. New love will come to you. There will be instant chemistry. Heal yourself. heal the pain, forgive people, and move forward. A new romantic cycle is waiting to begin here for you. Wow. People, do mention in the comments if you meet someone nice. Do let me know if this comes true for you. I would be so happy to hear about the new love you find. Let us see what blessing will come to us finally. Let's pull out a blessing for the next few days, for the full moon. What blessing is coming to us? We have a blessing for good work. So you will do some good work. We are moving into Pisces, where I was speaking about doing something good for the world, being altruistic, spreading unconditional love. So maybe you'll do some good work in that. See, there's a beautiful blue bird here and there's flowers in the headdress. So maybe you will ascend, because as I said in my post, the energies are pushing us towards ascension. So we may open a crown chakra, we may finally be able to beautify our connection with the divine and sing like a bird, speak our truth, honor ourselves, and move forward and do good for others. When we are happy, we are doing good for ourselves. When we are in a high vibration, a positive vibration, then we are able to spread positivity and love towards everyone else around us, right? So people, I have one last thing for you all. I have a new deck of angel cards. This came in today itself. So you can ask 3 questions here. We'll pull out 3 cards. One will be message from the angels. One will be a yes or no answer, or whether you should do something or not. If you want a yes or no answer to something, then then the second question can be that. And the third question is when it will happen. Guidance from angels, whether it will happen or not, and when it will happen. So you can pause the video, ask your 3 questions, and then I will pull out 3 cards from these 3 piles here. So for the first question, the angel guidance for you, for your first question. What is the answer to your first question? You have abundance. So the angels are promising you that you will receive a lot of abundance in the coming few days. Whether it is abundance in money, abundance in emotions, love, family, whatever you want, whatever direction you asked, you will receive a lot of abundance. The angels are blessing you and they are always around you. We remember we got the card of closeness. So the angels are very close to you and always blessing you with abundance. So never doubt yourself. Get rid of that lack mentality and that miser mentality. The angels are here to bless you. So let's see what it says for your yes and no question. You have unlikely. So if you asked a question whether something will happen or no, it is unlikely that it will happen. The angels are saying it's probably what you want will not happen. Finally, the third question, if you want to ask when something will happen, you have within the next few weeks. So the timeline is within the next few weeks. It could be 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So within the next few weeks, it will happen whatever you have asked your question. So people, that is the guidance from the angels for your questions. Now let's pull out some charms. Let's pull out some alphabets first to see which alphabets will be important for us. They could be your first name, last name, middle name of someone who could be helpful to you, useful to you, or important in the next few days. Maybe it could be the initials of the person who's going to offer love to you. Yay! So let's see what we have. We have O. We have L. We have Z or Z. We have T. And we have K. Now let's pull out some numbers from this box. It could be dates, birthdays, life path numbers of people who will be important, or the dates could be important in the next month. And we have 11. 11 is the twin flame number, master number. We have 9. 2. 4. 1. Let's pull out some zodiac signs from this. We have Scorpio, we have Virgo, and we have Leo. They could play an important part in your life in the next few days. Bringing positive or negative effects to you. Let's pull out some qualities that you need to have in the next few days to tide over this. And we have vision. So you need to have a very clear vision of what you want in your life, where you want to go, how you're going to make it happen. So you need more clear vision. And we have magic. So maybe you don't believe in magic, or you don't believe in the supernatural, something magical, or you're not seeing the magic that or synchronicities that the universe is creating around you. And the universe talks to you through synchronicities, right? And messages. So start believing in magic and miracles. They are possible, they can happen. And magical things can always happen. Or you may feel this magic with someone that you meet, the new love that you meet. It could be magic that is when you meet, love at first sight, you get swept off your feet and the moments are magical. Anything could happen. And you have unique. Don't doubt your uniqueness. You are a unique person. Believe in that. You have unique qualities. Believe in those. Stand up for those. So, believe in your uniqueness and don't be conscious about it. Don't be afraid of it. Honor your uniqueness and stand up for it. So let's pull out some charms now from this bag. We have heart-shaped glares. So maybe you were looking at something through rose-tinted glasses, or you're blind in love about something. Maybe it's talking about that devotion that you have for someone, where your eyes are covered by these glasses and you're not seeing the truth about a person or a situation. So you need to take off these glasses of love and devotion, blind love, and look at the truth of that person and accept them for what they are and stand up for yourself. It could also mean that you need to look at the world through love and unconditional love, and you've been too cynical and too stuck up and too caught up in your negative energy or in negative vibes. You are being very miserly and not opening your heart and your feelings for anybody, and the time has come now to see the world through love, see the world through unconditional love, and open your heart and share love. You could also go on a holiday, maybe to a sunny place where you'll be wearing these glares. Wow, when you have a jade Ganesha here. So Ganesha has come again to tell you that he will take away your obstacles. Maybe you should pray to Ganesha. There is a very easy Ganesha mantra that you can chant whenever you get the time. Om Gan Ganpate Nama. That's a very good mantra, and chanting it is very easy and very beneficial. And Ganesha will take away the obstacles from your path if you do that. Then we have a heart with a rainbow. So again, it talks about opening your heart and letting the light out and letting the rainbow colors out of your heart and let the world see the true you. Let your love flow. It's flowing out of the heart. So let your love flow. Let the colors of your heart flow. Don't block your heart. And we have a crown. So there may be a king or royal person that may be coming into your life, or you have to be the king and queen of your life. Don't let others sabotage you. Don't let others make you feel less. Believe in your own sovereignty. Believe in your own path. Believe in your own greatness and uniqueness. And be your king and queen. Stand up and step up into your power. Rise above and stand up to your power. It could also mean the negative part of it I'm getting is that you're wearing a crown to something, or an unknown crown is there on your head, a burden of being in a controlling position or in a boss position, or you are in a reigning position, and that is burdening you too much. You feel dedicated to this crown and dedicated to carrying the responsibilities of the crown, and that is sabotaging your life. That is sabotaging your happiness. So you need to find a balance. You need to make a choice, I guess. How you will, are you going to allow this crown to be fun, or you are going to allow this crown to be a burden? That is what you need to choose. And we also have this bird in a cage, which is just matching what I just said, that maybe there is this crown on your head and that is making you feel like a bird in a cage because you can't move out because of your crown. There's a kingdom you need to look into, or there's a periphery you need to stay within. You can't overstep that. There are boundaries, restrictions, rules, regulations that you need to follow. You can't break them and fly out and you feel like a bird in a cage. But remember, everything is an illusion. It's always your choice. You always have the free will to move out. There are many kings in life we have seen. You can choose to be a tyrannical, controlling, manipulating king, or you can be a loving, artistic, expansive king who is not ambitious. We have seen the result of many ambitious kings, right? Alexander and countless. History has countless stories of different kings who wanted to expand their kingdom and become big and great, and how they all landed in the end of the day. Or you can be a king like King Janak, who was a very wise king. He never tried to expand his kingdom. He just expanded his knowledge, his heart, his vision, education in his kingdom, and gave always more emphasis to love than power. There was a very good saying I read recently. If you realize the power of love, you would never have the love of power. Something like that. And that's so true. You can have the love of power, or you experience the power of love, which is 100,000 million times more than the love of power. Choice is always yours. And then we have a sweet and we have an ice cream. So you will receive something sweet, maybe a new love. You will spend some good time outside. Maybe you may go out for dinner, you may receive chocolates as a gift, or you may have dessert, go out for an ice cream with someone. Enjoy, have a good time, something sweet will come to you. And you have this guy with a cap and a basketball. So maybe the person who will come into your life now will be a player, he will be a sports person. He would be playing basketball, or you may be playing basketball. You may be tall, or they may be tall. They may be playing some sports, definitely with the ball. It could also mean they have player energies, like they are coming just to have fun with you and no intention of commitment. So be aware of that. Then you have an angel wing here. So again the angels are showing you that they are there around you. They are protecting you, don't worry. And then you have this beautiful dolphin here, which is all about being playful, being fun, being light-hearted, playing in the water, having fun, doing fun things together. So don't be so serious in life. Bring more fun and playfulness into your being, and you will be able to create magic. So people, these are the messages for you today. I hope you like them. If you did, do like, share and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for being here with me. Take care. Bye bye.